What is up, guys? The Human Car Jack here. Yes, that's right, it's no longer Herc Fitness. We have another video for you guys today here, and today we're doing an oil change on the Forester. Got it right over here in the driveway, right? So today we have a full synthetic, mobile, super synthetic 5W30 oil that we're going to be using. I got the 6 separate quarts over here. Really good price at BJ's. They actually had a sale on it. It was $8 off, and the whole box came out to like 23 bucks, so that's really good price. Over here we have our oil filter. Alright, Subaru brand oil filter, 8 bucks on Amazon. Really good stuff. Great price for it too. There's the part number if you guys are interested in that as well. You can pause the video. Alright. So just like we did in the Legacy, we're going to be installing a Fumoto oil drain valve. Now, I went a step further than I did with the one that I had on the Legacy, so there's the part number for that. So this one has a little bit of a longer nose over here, so I think it'll make pouring a little bit easier, and I could even attach a rubber hose to it, so that's pretty good. And I also have this clip over here that Fumoto provides. This is a separate piece, so basically what this does is it acts as a stopper, so that when you open this valve, instead of, it's basically to avoid it opening, so while you have it on the car and it's running, if you go over like a bump or something that you think could chip this opening and open the valve, and you don't want your oil leaking everywhere, right? So this is what that does. So it prevents it from opening, so you have to take the clip off first, and then you're able to open up the valve. Alright, so that's that. And then we have our funnel thing. Cleaned it out. This had old oil from the Legacy in it. It was 0W20, but in our case we're using the 5W30, so I had to clean it out really well. Looks pretty clean to me. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so first things first, got the car jacked up on the ramps, unscrewed the oil filter cap, and now we gotta get underneath here and find where the oil drain plug is. Alright, so we're underneath the car now, and it's this black screw right over here. So basically this is right dead in the center of the car. That's the outside, you can see. If I roll right back, you got the skid plate right there. It's right there, so it's just straight ahead, and I'm gonna figure out what kind of socket I need to take this off. Alright guys, so we figured out that it's a 14mm socket, so we're gonna use that right now. So this socket isn't long enough, so I'm gonna need a deeper one right now. So if you don't have a deeper socket, you could always use one of these extensions, so it's going to give you a little bit more room to play with. Alright, and there we have it. Alright, look at all that nasty oil. So now we got all the bad oil out. Make sure to get some shop towels over here, or right over here actually. Clean up all the excess oil, and remember to recycle this stuff. Pretty much now that all the old oil is dumped out, we can now begin installing our drain valve. Alright, so this is the final result. Tightened everything up pretty nicely. It doesn't tighten any more than this. Got the clip on right there. That's the part where all the oil comes out of, and that little silver part right there is where you adjust it in order to let the oil flow out. So now we're going to go to the top of the car, and we're going to take off the oil filter cap and fill it up with some new oil. So we finally got this very stubborn oil filter off. So we're going to take this off. We're going to put the new one on. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our oil that we have over here and open it up. We're just going to take a little dab of it. And we're going to put it on our oil filter so that next time we go for an oil change, it'll be a lot easier to remove. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit in this cap. Just a very little amount. Put this right over here. Hopefully that doesn't tip over. Grab a little of that. Put it in my finger. Just a very small amount. I'm going to take the oil filter. Place it right around the ring over here. Move it up just a little bit. Alright, and now we can just screw on our oil filter cap. Not our oil filter cap, our actual oil filter. So I'm just going to hand tighten this really strong, really tight, right around there. Alright, and that looks pretty good. Now we're going to place our funnel down here. Because the car is so high, I got to stand up a little higher myself. Alright, so we're going to go 1 gallon or 1 quart at a time, and then we're going to check the bottom of the car to make sure that there aren't any leaks. And I actually still have the oil catch pan underneath, just in case it is leaking. So if it is leaking right now, I'm going to take a look real quick and see if it is. Alright, so we don't have any leaks. We're looking pretty good, so we're just going to continue this process. I'm going to open up the next quart. Alright folks, that's just about 5.4 quarts. I have half of the last quart one left. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run the car, and I'm going to come underneath the car and check if there's any sputters, anything tends to, if it leaks out into the bucket over here, and we're going to take a look. And if everything is good to go, I'm going to run the car for a while, and we should be all good. Folks, well, everything seems good to go. We got the new filter cap on. Had to add about maybe like a quarter of a quart more after checking the dipstick. So make sure you check your dipstick that all the oil levels are good, and the next time you go either fill up at the gas station or anything like that, make sure you check your oil level to make sure that the car isn't burning oil, anything like that. Make sure you got quality oil. Also, make sure to dispose of the old oil. You can go to somewhere like Pep Boys and they can recycle it for you. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed this video, and now you know how to change your oil in Forester XT. Alright guys, take care now. Peace!